boop, beep, ba bop, beep, ba bop.
Is 1, 2, 3. Three. 4.
Mechwarrior November patch. I haven't read any of the patch notes for November.
Ember.
November. Here's
Bending Metaller. I'm thinking of a what is it?
I don't know. What is what?
Trying to find the mech. I'm thinking of a Thunderbolt.
Invite sent?
Because they're hot. I'm actually thinking
Thunderbolt
of getting
or Timberwolf?
a Jaeger mech.
Oh yeah.
Thunderbolts.
Ah.
I want a Jaeger mech. Jaeger mech. I really want the Firebrand, but I don't have that type of money. For the MC. The money. So have you painted up a mech as fish brand?
Nope.
Please.
I'd have to go into the mech lab to do that. I don't want to paint this one that way because this one's, I like the way it looks already.
Well, then paint one.
I don't think I want that color of blue. I would want a darker blue if I used blue. I don't even use blue on any of my mechs, really. Oh, wait, I take that back. That 3 rotaries. I won't have sound on, but as my last lecture for the year is boring, thought I would watch your stream. Drax, that's terrible. So I can provide you with some enlightening sociological, psychological, twisted theories to integrate into your counseling method that will help you in no certain way, in fact, no specific way, or in fact, in any way with your patients, other than when you're doing counseling, sometimes they'll say things and it will remind you of what I've said and it will cause you to chuckle inside. And then they'll wonder what you're laughing at. And if they're insecure, they'll think you're laughing at them, and then they'll start crying or they'll just leave in a huff. You won't have my stream sound on, but I'm talking to you, so you probably know what I'm saying anyway. So you could say that. You can say that, but I know you're probably listening. Or you're going to come back and listen to it anyway. Are you in the mech lab still, Fish? Nice try, Drax.
What did he say?
He wants you to get out of the mech lab so we can drop. He wants to watch us die.
No, he doesn't say that type of mean things to me. I find that insulting.
I think he wants to watch us die. I think that part's for real. Drax, I don't think you probably don't know this, but yesterday I got this many kills. 6 kills. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 6.
Don't listen to him. He's part of the Empire's great plan. He's trying to use the dark side on you.
6 kills.
He's trying to use the dark side force. Don't listen to him.
I'm pulling the yawn out of my body.
Don't listen to him.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. There's the drop. Oh, McFish is over there. I'm going to grab him. Invite to group.
No.
Oops.
I'm the only fish.
No, there's more than one fish.
But the fishbowl can only fit one.
McFish is here. Here we go. Hey, McFish.
McFish is streaming.
That's okay. And the fans...
Drax,
I don't know if it's fair to call my Twitch watchers fans.
Paid for actors.
Paid for actors, unsuspecting, innocent bystanders, enthusiasts. Thank you, Miss BNR. Enthusiasts. That's the correct word that you coined, and I like that. I was going to veer towards lemmings or lambs to the slaughter, but I think enthusiast is the best way to go. Miss BNR, I have a slot here if you want to come grab it. I can cancel and we'll get you in. Woohoo! Also, Miss BNR, I got 6 kills last night.
I decided to copy and paste everything that I see on your Twitch page. So that means, yeah.
Your volume level's much better tonight, by the way, Fishy.
Browse recommended channels.
Just hanging out? Alright, that's totally fine.
Garbage system? I see garbage systems in here.
Feel free to give Drax a hard time. He's in the middle of a lecture, and it's so boring he decided to spice it up by watching my stream, but he's not listening to me. I was going to give him a bunch of counseling tips, but he evidently is going to miss out on those.
Marauder.
Yes,
Marauder.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mechwarrior Online, hero of the Innisphere, killing Mechwarrior Online.
That's me.
English, action, simulation. 4 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah, I suspect he's listening to Miss PNR.
About Blood Marauder and 453 followers. How many of those are bots? Stock.
They're all bots. They're all bots.
Stop using our. Stop using Australians, which is apparently.
Let's just say Australians have unique tastes that gravitate towards my stream. Yeah.
Apparently, Australia doesn't exist to flat earthers, and we're all paid actors.
That's right, Drax.
Twitch account.
Yeah, it's highly overrated. Howdy, everybody.
Hello there.
We've got King Samu, Green Goat, Rambo, Grey Lancer. Oh, blind squirrel. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes.
Sensors online. Weapons online.
Doc,
yes?
you better protect me. I'm literally a walking advert for you. I have your ghost brigade colors plastered on my neck.
Luke, you're our announcer. I need you to.
What the?
You know what all those Latin American announcers do, where they freak the hell out over everything. You're the one doing that, okay?
Affirmative.
You're a hype beast.
I can't hear.
Well, everyone, good luck.
Everyone, remember to wear your sponsored shirts. If you don't do that, you're
Doc,
not gonna
can
get
you
paid.
tell me if I'm
This
walking
isn't
into a
NASCAR race.
wall? I gotta turn Mechwarrior up.
If you're going to war? What?
Walking into a wall.
Oh, yeah, I'll let you know, but I can't see you because you're behind me, I think.
I'm actually slower than you.
I'm pretty nimble in this thing. Goes 81 kph.
Artillery strike online.
I'm actually slower than most mediums. But I pack a punch. No matter what, I pack a punch. Benji, keep on going this way. You don't have time to fire at people. You're gonna be left behind. Go, go, go. Fafnir, I'm right here. Just to give you the confidence boost that lights won't get you.
Target spotted.
Keep on following the team. I'll look behind you.
Target spotted.
Unfortunately, the
Target spotted.
Atlas can't be helped.
Target acquired.
You guys working on the Marauder Echo?
Target
Echo
spotted.
Marauder, Echo Marauder.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical.
I don't know where he went to the toilet, I'm pretty sure.
Target destroyed.
Good kill.
Don't shoot at the
Artillery strike.
base, they haven't got any cap.
Target spotted.
It's okay.
Target spotted.
Guys, hurry across the canyon, we got a Warhammer coming up.
Target
Target
Warhammer,
spotted. Need assistance.
Wait, did we actually NASCAR?
bravo, bravo.
Target spotted.
Yeah, I just kind of went with it.
He can flank from behind.
Everybody always NASCARs. It's almost like they want to play a NASCAR game
Almost.
Target spotted.
instead of
Yeah,
like
that makes
Mechwarrior.
Fafnir,
Target spotted.
That was
Fafnir,
kind of the
keep on
joke.
going. I believe in you, Fafnir.
I found half the enemy team. They were
Yeah,
very
for
angry.
hotel.
artillery strike online.
Fafnir, keep on going. You're gonna walk into a wall.
Heat level critical.
And going for alpha now.
Target spotted.
25%. Do not
I'm
let
gonna
the
start
enemy
turning in
get
towards
up.
the objective though.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Fafnir, there's too many of them. Fafnir, don't be a hero. Fafnir. Dang it.
Our Atlas is still alive. I am impressed. You have done well.
They are all in B4. I don't know what's happening this match, but this is some wild stuff.
They're in B4 right now, but they're about to be after.
Target spotted.
We lost a valiant soldier today.
Target
Help.
Juliet?
heat level critical.
Our grasp.
You
Wah!
just need 15 seconds, keep them away.
Where were you?
Level critical.
Juliet's down.
This is why I hate playing random games. Cause I left a
Ouch.
Fafnir behind.
Warriors, you have
Great work, guys.
target.
I think. How do we win with 7-7?
The cap,
Oh,
Our
the cap.
NASCAR was better than theirs.
terrible win.
We had a great NASCAR. I mean, I have to admit.
I don't know how any of that works, but I'm glad.
Hey,
it did.
Mitch. I thought I was playing Pac-Man and doing pretty well.
Do I have to get changed?
492. Only got one kill though. Oh, it was a solo kill though. I took out that Marauder 2C. I'll take it. I'll take it.
We lost too many warriors that we needed to today.
On that match.
Make sure you
Easy,
sit
Mitch.
on your bed and think deeply.
All right.
If
I'll lay
we
deeply in my
really
bed and
needed-
sleeply. I'll think
If we
sleeply.
really needed to lose that many soldiers.
So the deal is that Drax is talking about is that he's been quarantined for 2 years. And as far as he knows, we're all bots. And he is the only person in the world. Did I just ruin your book? Did I just spoiler the whole book? I'm sorry, Drax. I'm sorry. McFish, I do love this build. I got 6 kills. You can't hear me, McFish, can you? You're not in comms. I'll mention it in the next match. Mitch, how you doing? Doo-doo-doo. I went to, oh my gosh, I have a confession to make. I went to See's Candies today. I had to take my mother-in-law on some errands and then take her home. And when Jennifer takes her on errands, she kind of does the efficient loop thing. But when I take her on errands, I stop by the candy store and I buy her some candy. And because she's like 94 and she only gets to eat candy maybe for another who knows how many years, right? So it's best to maximize the potential opportunities. So I got her some candy and I bought me some candy too. Now, I'm not wanting to in any way make the case that it was really about me getting candy and I used her as a cover to distract people from, thinking I was buying candy for myself. We lost you. Who did we lose? McFish or Fishy? Who dropped out of group?
Me. You might not be seeing me for the next couple of days. I got something going on.
Okay. Are you leaving right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Take care.
So I start school holidays Friday.
Okay. Take care
For
and
6 weeks.
take care and say hi to your dad for me and thanks for the drops. So I don't want people to think that I was using Jennifer's mother as a cover for my chocolate, right? Because that, although there may be some accuracy to that, is not the full story. And but to tell more of the story, I did buy some chocolate and I brought it home, and I had a bag of dark chocolate covered caramels with marshmallow and caramel in them. And they're so good. And I also got some caramels covered over marshmallow. Yeah. And I got enough that I knew that my daughter could steal something from me and I'd still be okay. And I got something for my wife too. So, I think I really covered the bases as far as diversionary tactics. And then I thought, well, I'll try to make this candy that I got for myself last for probably one extra day besides today. And I ate them all before the stream started. I ate them all. I ate 3 of the dark chocolate covered things and I ate 4 of the other things, the caramel things, because they're so good. I can't not eat them. And I would probably eat them till I got sick. And so I usually try not to buy too many, but they're getting more and more expensive too. So I don't go quite as often as I used to. It's terrible. But it was really all because I was just being a great son-in-law. That's what it really comes down to. Howdy, everybody.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
So,
All systems.
Mitch, I haven't even plugged in those microphones yet. I might do it tomorrow, I hope. And I've got to call Michael and see if he wants to play with them too. I need to bring Jessica over there probably, so I need to figure out when she can do it. I probably need to bring Jennifer. Probably need to bring them both. Guess we should do that. And I want to hear his mics too. He's got some new mics. Austrian audio, I think, from Austria. Yeah, Austrian audio. 08018s, maybe. I can't remember the exact name.
Hello, Doc.
I know the clock is ticking. Wait, that's not Fishy Ghost. That's Aelith. How are you?
Getting there slowly. It's hot down here.
Oh, that's right. You guys are going into summer.
Yeah, it's just had a thunderstorm go over. It's really, really humid at the moment.
We're heading into cold and rainy and wintry. It's kind of a flip. Are you gonna?
Yeah, but you can always put more clothes on for the cold.
I'm not very good at that. I get too hot, so I tend to wear shorts most of the winter. It's pretty terrible. Are you going to take Fishy's place, or are you just saying hi?
I'm just saying hi. Fishy decided he's been waiting to see to play a few all afternoon, but he's decided he's going to come up to the hospital and see Grandma after she's out of surgery.
Oh, good. That's great. I hope is she going to be recovering well and stuff? Is everything looking okay? Or?
Well, as far as I know, they told me she's sitting up and looking all right and everything else, so that's all good. So,
oh man,
hopefully they got it all.
Oh man. Well, I appreciate you saying something. I'll keep her in my prayers, and you guys too.
Yeah.
Not that I can do anything, but
just said surgery to remove breast cancer.
How old is she now?
Oh, well, I get into trouble for saying.
Give me a bracket.
She'd be about mid-70s.
Okay. Jennifer's mom is 94, and I was just telling the stream I took her on some errands and then home today, and on the way I stopped and got her some chocolate at her favorite place to get chocolate, because I don't know how many times I'm going to get to do that before she's not with us anymore. So it's really every day starts to feel more and more important when
Got to appreciate them while they're around.
Yeah. Well, good. Great. Well,
hopefully she's around for a long time yet. But anyway.
Yeah, I hope so.
She's gonna duck out early on you this afternoon.
That's totally fine. Totally fine. It's always good to see either one of you or both.
Yep.
All right.
I
Thanks.
don't know how long they'll be, so probably won't be back for this stream. But
That's fine. I'm only going to be on till another 2 hours is all probably. If that.
All
right. Thanks a lot.
Target spotted.
see ya.
Yep.
Target spotted. Need assistance.
Is there somebody over here to kill?
Target spotted.
Can somebody help me with this lance in H6?
Roger, on my way.
A lot of them.
And they're going to be pushing up over F7 also. So we need to clean these guys up in H6, then come back.
Target acquired.
Going to work on Delta.
Affirmative.
Nope, who's this around the corner?
Target spotted.
I'll get that. Just a second. Oh no.
Heat level critical.
The enemy has started to chip away at us. Stay frosty.
Heat level critical. Artillery strike online.
They're pushing hard. They're pushing hard here, guys.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
Down. Don't let the hostiles take down any more of you.
Heat level critical. Right now critical damage.
Yeah. There we go. Well, I did okay. All considering. Those Austrians make good stuff. That I don't know much of the Austrian gear, and they're pretty well reviewed. And he bought a pair of them, and he says they're phenomenal. They're really great. But I think this Ireland is going to be even more. I think it's going to surprise him. He'd never heard of it, and I was shocked when I heard how nice they sounded. Austrian audio. I'll tell you what they are. OC 818s. So it's I think they're on sale at Sweetwater. The OC 18s. They have stereo pairs. This one's just $1,700 by itself. But here's a pair of them. How are the OC 18 large diaphragm condenser live set? So I don't know. Well, yeah, but what other stuff are they known for making, Mitch? I don't really know what the stuff is they normally make. I didn't even know they had much of an audio industry for making microphones. So tells you what I know about Austria. I've been there. I've actually been there twice, but that was years ago, and Germany was kind of known for making mics at that point with the Neumanns, and those were actually kind of on the Russian side of the Berlin Wall. Oh, we got trounced. Oh my! I don't think my skill rating should have gone down on that, because I think I did decently. That's mean of them to do that. Yep. Should have stayed the same, maybe at least. They trounced us, though, didn't they? Yow. 12-3. Firearms. Which firearms do they make? They make firearms to make loud noises and mics to record that loud noise. So it's kind of a synergistic sort of manufacturing process. Oh, I didn't know that. I was thinking Sig Sauer was German. Is it in the German-speaking part of Austria? Because there's like the Austrian Alps, not the Australian Alps, the Austrian Alps, the Swiss Alps, and the Italian Alps, right? But there's a lot of German-speaking people in Austria. It moved to Germany. Oh, wow. Interesting. I wish I knew. I got to fire a handgun with some friends right before the pandemic had hit in the fall, I think, or something like that. And of all those handguns that you took a shooting and I tried, this thing was so different. It was so smooth and it felt naturally easier to aim and shoot than any of those other handguns. It was just like, it felt like an extension of my hand. And I don't know what it was. It might have been, I just don't know. I'd have to call. I'm kind of curious to call and ask what it was because I really liked it. He told me what it was, but it's long enough ago I don't remember. But it really felt super comfortable and easy to shoot. And confident, like I felt like I knew I was going to hit things, right? And I did. And as you remember, I'm not a horrible shot. But this was like a whole different thing. I was like, oh my gosh, if I was going to get a handgun, this would be what I'd get. Depending on some of the angles of your arm. I think not just my arm, I think my hand too. It just felt really comfortable and it was just really easy to aim. So maybe it's the angle of my hand as it grabs the gun, right? It might have been just perfect for me, so I didn't have to feel like I was going up or down out of how that goes. No, this was a gun, not a hammer. It was not a saw. No, I don't remember if it did. Uh-oh. Polar Highlands. I could ask them. I'll try to remember to ask. It was Brooks' dad's handgun. He also had an AR-15 that I fired, and oh my gosh, I can see why people like those. They're so nice to shoot. Oh my gosh. I mean, it was way nicer to shoot than any of the other rifles or, larger long barrel type guns that I'd ever shot before either. And I don't know if it was a great one or not, but it just felt right. Aiming was easy and right. It was light. We did some skeet shooting too. And I think I did 3 or 4 shots and got them all. So I was like, nice for me. In fact, I was a better skeet shooter than I am a Mechwarrior, mech shooter. Howdy, everybody. I should ask them what it is. I don't think I'll ever get a gun, but if I did, that would be what I'd get. And I'd get an AR if I wanted a longer range rifle for hunting or something like that, or target practice. I'd get an AR. Those are great. Canada is just outlawing all assault or all military grade weapons. So I guess that means they're going after anything that looks military grade, because there's like 1,500 of them. And I don't think there's 1,500 styles of military rifles in Canada or in America. There's like the main styles, but there's certainly not that many. Of course, I'm not up on all that, but it's hard to imagine there's that many. So I think they're just going to go for everything that looks scary to them and ban them all. Sounded like it anyway. Well, and I didn't feel like I needed to, like, you'd think, oh, I need to lead it, but if I led it by inches. I don't know if I even did, because, you know, it's a shotgun, so it's going to spread out, but
Artillery strike online.
I don't know the proper way to do it. I just aimed and shot. Ooh, weaving out, bobbing in and out. I'm kind of tempted to find out tomorrow what it was.
Do not let the enemy keep it up.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Anybody feel a plan coming together? Like maybe getting in a circle?
Follow the Annihilator.
Affirmative. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
We held the zone for 25%.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
I'm going up into I-8 to go after whoever's up there. I don't know if anybody wants to come with
Support
me.
our assaults, please. Support our assault.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Actually, my ammo is pretty low in line now.
Torso destroyed. Left arm.
Too much front line.
Yep, shouldn't have gone over there by myself. Ooh, nice organ music. Canada's new law, let's see, okay, it's kind of ridiculous in my eyes. They're just going off what looks and sounds scary despite not being significantly different than anything that's still legal. Yeah, I know, it sounded totally stupid from what I saw. And I don't, evidently, they're just going to do it, right? I guess they can do that there. It's not like, I don't know what their citizens' rights are for guns, anyway. I'll try to find out.
Acquired.
I love when a plan's together. My plan just came together horribly, didn't it? I thought that one shot to the guy's back would kill him, and it didn't, and I was disappointed.
Target destroyed.
So instead of killing one and then maybe another, I just got killed. I I definitely heard him a lot, but man.
New target acquired. 8-level critical.
In our grasp.
He's coming back.
New target.
There you go. Nice shot.
New target acquired. 8-level critical.
Good. Still alive. Wow. Or someone else got him. Mad pig. Mad pig. He's dead.
Your efforts here
Ah.
are seriously disappointing.
Thanks for the try, guys.
Enemy is victorious.
Drax, I hope your thing's going well. Your lecture, your class. 243 is not terrible. But I'm rapidly dropping out of tier 3, it looks like. Hey, cool, Frank. Thanks. I'll keep a spot warm for you. Yep, see, I'm going down. I was kind of up here. Pew Pew. Where's Brink?
You know what they, Dark. You can't win them all. Although I do applaud the effort to follow this saying.
Soon you'll join me in the lovely land of tier 4. Miss Beanart, you're right. And then I'll surpass you by blowing past you right into tier 5 again. Hey, thanks, McFish. Wow, single dropping now. Do Pew say hello to Brink of Man for me? I know he's there in spirit. Or an alter ego or something like that. So I got to drop out of this group. And I'm going to be pugging. This is weird. I haven't single dropped in the middle of a stream for a long time. Oh, well, to people, that's probably smart of Brink to do that. Like, it's just like his cue, right? Like he sees Dark Marauder going on, it goes, time for me to go to bed. That's probably what it is. Maybe I'll do better just dropping by myself instead of being with McFish, but I like McFish. Miss Beanart's totally fine, even if you are tier 6. I was in tier 6 for a year and a half. Absolutely true. I couldn't move the first pixel on the tier 5 bottom, of the tier 5 for a year and a half. So the only place I could have been is down in tier 6. And that's that secret tier they don't talk about. Like PGI doesn't really admit that it's there, but I obviously was in it for a year and a half, so it has to be there. Yeah, no, I knew what you meant, the Pew Pew. I totally got it. Ooh, I should pick something. Oh, I didn't pick anything. Oh, well. I do not do well on Hibernal Rift. Often. I mean, sometimes I do, but I often get too gung-ho on it. I'm getting a little bit of a caffeine rush to my head from that dark chocolate. It's got a lot of caffeine in it. I probably shouldn't have eaten all 3 of those. Making my eyes feel weird. Because I don't drink coffee and I don't drink sodas with caffeine. And so if I have dark chocolate that has a lot of caffeine in it, I can usually feel it. I don't really like caffeine. I'm thinking... Let's all say hi to Drax in chat. All right, here we go. Howdy, everybody.
What's up, bro?
Hi.
Eating some spam and eggs. Let's go.
Spam and eggs. I've just never been able to eat spam.
You wouldn't survive World War II.
Well, if I was hungry enough, I'm sure I'd find a way to eat the can, too.
Then slice it, fry it.
Still, super salty.
I
Don't
do not
come on
like
it.
green eggs and spam.
Camel on the ceiling. CCC.
White spam, the forbidden fruit.
Plain and simple, Mitch. I don't know what this does. You redeemed 100 points just to use that up. Wow. A purple, kind of light purple. Yeah, interesting, huh? Are those channel points? You're not using bits, are you? Because I haven't set up my channel points. I need to. I just couldn't figure out how to do it when I went in there, and then I ran out of time. So they didn't get done. So now I don't have them. And poor Frankenmittens has like 200 million channel points.
Target spotted.
I'm on an hour break.
Hey there, welcome. How's the lecture going?
Oh, it was so boring. It was so incredibly boring. I shouldn't even bother having them at this. Like the last lecture.
What are they talking about?
Behind us is spotted and D2.
Units that I'm not actually going to be doing next year, so whatever. Because I'm not continuing with the research during next year.
Do they have any courses on computer game addiction that you should take? Maybe would be good for you.
Well, I think the whole Masters itself is dealing with addiction.
There you go.
What's
I can't get up the hill. We're just making up reasons to talk about you.
There's a whole lounge back here, boys.
Okay. Apparently it's not all about me, Miss Spinner, but apparently it is.
It is.
Anyway, I'm eating as well, so...
All right, I'm in the middle of a match, so I can get you in next time around here.
I probably won't be able to drop. I'm
Oh,
expecting
okay.
a phone call
That's fine too.
My nephew gave me a call to say a friend's going for a job interview and wants some training, so...
Oh, nice.
Call any minute.
Did I tell you Jessica got that job? I did, didn't I?
No.
Yeah, she's working at Starbucks.
Oh.
Your country will remember you dissected.
When did she get the job?
3 weeks ago, and she hasn't gone to work yet.
Chase them, boys. Chase them.
Because they don't have anybody to train her. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Behind us, behind you, Bobo.
And the guy that hired her just went on vacation, so he hasn't really left anybody in charge to fix that either. So she's calling one of the other stores to see if they can get her trained. And this is the busiest time of the year. You'd think they'd want to train somebody. The trouble is there are two people who do training got promoted to be assistant managers or something, and so they're not around or able to train her. And then the manager left on vacation instead of setting something up for her. So he's not very... What's that?
This is all part of the Great Resignation, forcing all this skill, like people shortages, labor shortages.
The Great Oh, yeah, not... Well, I don't know, maybe. He just seems unqualified. He might be qualified. He seems unorganized.
Yeah. There's a lot of problems right now in a lot of businesses because a lot of people are just fed up.
Yeah.
Working for...
She just wants to work. They won't even let her because they want her to get trained first. It's kind of silly. Shoot. So many targets, I don't really know who to shoot.
Are you living in like a busy part of your country? Like are you out like...
Oh my gosh, hang on, I'm dying. I wouldn't say... I mean, our town, it's 160,000 people, so it's not like a big metropolitan area, but it's a pretty good sized small town, right, or
Mittens.
medium-sized
Fly her
town.
in somewhere to do the training for a week or whatever.
Well, she could. We've got probably 5 Starbucks here in town, or 6. She could probably train at any of them. So hopefully, this other manager at one of the other stores can hook her up to get her trained.
You
But
have
I would
six-
think. Yep.
You have
Probably.
6 Starbucks for 100 and something odd town?
There's maybe more. I have no idea because I don't drink coffee. I can think of 3 or 4 just off the top of my head, though.
Wow. Is that like the only kind of coffee place in town?
Heavens no, but everyone's addicted to coffee. So there's Dutch Bros, and there's Human Bean, and there's
in the
several.
1900s.
What's that?
In the 1900s, the turn of the century, the drug czar at the time, he wasn't called the drug czar, but he was called something else, wanted to ban caffeine instead of cocaine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was more concerned about the addiction of caffeine
In what
than
country?
he was about cocaine. In America. In America.
You did it. You saved the
Wow.
day.
We didn't have a drug czar back then.
No, I don't know what it was called back then.
And frankly, I think it's a little
If it
bit
was the
offensive that
Secretary
we
of
would have a
State.
drug czar or any kind of czar in American, government anyway. It's just like, what? It's like, no. And yet that somehow became a thing. The whole point was not to have a government run by administrative powers that you have no vote over. That's not part of our form of government, and it's still kind of turning into it.
Yeah, it is interesting they used the term czar. Maybe they wanted the whole position unpopular.
No, they thought it was a good thing. It was Obama that brought it into practice, and he was like all for it and pushing for it.
Wasn't it Bush?
Nah,
term czar,
no,
just
Bush
all-
didn't call it. Have any? They had heads of, or director of, but then Obama made czar positions that were basically accountable only to him, and they could kind of make up rules within their organization. It was weird. It was
Don't
weird.
they department heads do that anyway. They make up rules for them.
Well, they do to some degree, and I get tired of it even in local government. Like, remember, I fought my local city because they were trying to take away property rights and come up with all sorts of crazy rules, and then they wanted to pass regulations that allowed the administrators to add more regulations to the regulations they voted on, so that basically they let the administrative people in the city write regulation that allowed them to write more regulation willy-nilly at their whim. Then they were going to
they wouldn't
vote.
have jobs otherwise, right? And it's what happens. The middle management is where people go and die. Like, to justify, it's where the worst people you will find exist. And that's not to say they're bad people, but it's like the worst part of a company is middle management, because they need to justify their positions, so they keep on inventing new things to do that, rather than just keeping things the way they are.
Well,
They
these
have to
weren't even middle
justify.
management. These were the top city managers.
Right.
And it was so frustrating because they would
You
write
see it.
way more than the council wanted, and then bring it back for the council to vote on. Then we have to fight them to not vote on it and pare it back down. We went round and round on that multiple times. And then even afterwards, even after they limited it exactly to what it was to be, when they actually went and implemented it on their website, they blew it way past that. And we had to fight them to reel it back in again. It was just ridiculous.
You see in, I don't know what local government's like in America, but I mean, you guys have ridiculous levels of law generation in your country, but in Australia, local government's typically the place where developers exist and they want control. So they worked out at some point in the 80s that if they got on local councils, they could willy-nilly invent the rules around developing suburbs.
Yeah.
And buildings and whatnot. And that's what they did. So now we've got a crisis in a lot of our capitals where, and we went through this back in the 60s, but they fixed it in the 70s, and it's gone back in the 90s and now, where you wouldn't buy a unit in Sydney, for example, if it was built in the last 15 years, because the chances are in the next 15 years there's going to be something major cracking, like there's going to be major cracking appearing in it. And that's what's happening. Like
Major cracking in the ground, you mean, or in their foundations,
no,
or
in the walls, in the wall. They've literally shut down whole buildings and told people you can't live here anymore
because they're building them so cheaply.
Yeah, and they've changed the regulation. So, in fact, currently what's going on right now, and because we've got Liberals in government, is they're deregulating or making the bodies that typically regulate so useless and filled with people from their industry that so there's a self-regulation thing going on, or a semi-regulation body that's really quite useless.
Yeah. Mittens, you'll have to ready up or we can't drop.
So you're seeing a lot of that going on right now, and it's just ridiculous.
Okay, Mitch just did a quick check. There's 19 Starbucks in Eugene, Springfield area, 14 Dutch Bros, 4 human beings,
19.
and then there's Starbucks in all of the Fred Meyers. So there's a couple there. There's Starbucks in other stores. There's a Starbucks in a bookstore, for example. So I'll bet there's
60,000 people.
And there's a bunch of little coffee shops. I'll bet there's 60, 80 or more coffee shops in town.
For 100,000 people.
Yeah, but you should see how fast they move. They're all really buzzed.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Miss Bean.
I thought it was 100. I thought it was 180,000 or 160 or 180,000 for Eugene Springfield. But that's in the city limits, probably, right? Not the whole area. So Mitch is saying 220,000 for the whole area.
I'm not sure if you'd call our Liberals your Conservatives. I'd call our Liberals corrupt. And where the middle class who think they know better join. That's what I think about Liberals. I mean, I will say that there
we have a broad range of liberals that go from, just being traditional liberals.
Our Liberals aren't your Liberals, though. It's a completely different meaning. Completely different.
Right. I'm aware of some of that. Then we have progressives, and we have leftists that are even further than that. And on the right, and then we have moderates that nobody seems to recognize, but of which there are quite a few of. And then there's right wing, and then for some reason white supremacists end up over on our side. I have no idea why, because I don't know any.
Republicans have a massive umbrella, though. Like, they have a massive umbrella for membership. It's quite huge and broad.
Well, I think Democrats do too, actually. So, but the trouble is that, like, most Republicans would not do anything other than condemn a white supremacist. We've always condemned white supremacy and skinheads, and that's all that I can ever
history,
remember.
Isn't it? The Democrats were the ones who actually were the KKK party, and then it happened in the 1930s when they realized there was a vote called the black vote, that they began to change their dynamic. Yeah. It is interesting. Yeah, it's a very interesting history. That's the problem with two-party system governments. Like, Australia's got the same problem. We've got these minor parties, but they're really nothing.
They're really mean.
We've got the same problem, Liberal Labor here, and you've got Democrat Republic, as if the complexities of a life and the choices that impose on it can be drawn down to red and blue.
Right, which they can't. Yeah.
Because, like, what appeals to you about, say, the Republicans are some things, and some things definitely do not.
Right.
But because you can't stand the thing that's closest to you and it's going to affect you the most, whatever the Democrats are saying, you're forced to go along with this nonsense that you don't like about the Republicans, because there are some things which are very important to you and they represent too.
Yeah,
so
and there are things that the Democrats push that I'm for also.
Yes.
So it's like I can't win for losing.
Yeah. But then you've got the other problem where someone like Israel, for example, who's like, so many parties, it's ridiculous. They can't always sustain a government for long because they're forcing to enter alliances with all these smaller parties that mean,
and then
that
nobody can get anything done at all.
They can.
Hey, good night, Mitch. Thanks for coming in. I'll try to check on that gun type for you. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I don't really like There's many reasons I don't like politics. I think part of the biggest thing I don't like politics for is all of the disingenuousness of the party leaders and the emphasis on the wrong things at the sounding of, like, they make it sound like they're for the right things, but then you come find out that it's really not. They're just lying.
Well,
and
look at Biden. I mean,
things.
Biden right now is a clear. I mean, and again, I don't care less about your parties, but I was watching an article. Biden's government is a pure example of they make a song and dance about an issue, but they're doing it in such a way where they're announcing these, support for building a statue that represents something of the past, of a value that they hold dear.
Yeah.
But in action, they're doing absolutely nothing about the thing they report to care so much about. I'll have to.
Or maybe doing the opposite, even.
Oh, well, individually, politicians love to profit.
Yeah.
If they can take advantage of some information they've gleaned, they're quite happy to invest in that company's shares and make a fortune out of it.
See, that's one of the things that fries me too, is like that our Congress is allowed to do insider trading, which is illegal for all American citizens, but not for them. And they're the ones that know what's going on in a lot of these deals. Yeah. And
that's how they become so wealthy. Like,
it's wholly corrupt.
Annoyed that President made so much money coming out of it, but so did Trump. Trump was even worse condition when he went to
they all make
the presidency, but he's made a small fortune coming out of it. It's just same old. It doesn't matter which party you belong to. It's filled with politicians, which makes it also troublesome. Anyway, that's our political
Bravo.
ratings.
Oh, goodbye, Bravo.
He's really gunning for it, isn't it? He's
Bravo's the wrong mech in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He should be on your team.
I taught him how to do that.
What's his name? Disco.
Thank you.
JD.
Target spotted.
Disco what? I'm trying to watch these mechs here.
See you, Mitch.
Can I, Mitch? Yeah, he said something about that, but
You're actually playing the game and concentrating.
I don't know why. You didn't see last night, but I got 6 kills last night in this Evan Jag.
Well done. Trying to convince us that you're a bad player.
Yep.
Target acquired.
It's Kodiak right there. Watch the Kodiak.
Let them peek, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what was up there, and I got my face full.
Yeah. At some point, they'll bulk up and do a push and just shoot some mix.
And then it's going to hurt.
Don't run away, but get in a nice firing position. Probably next to one of the
I think I'm going to go one of these things, yeah.
Oh, looks like you guys are going to push. That's interesting.
New target acquired.
Come on, Mad Cat. Come on up here. Be brave.
This is an interesting corner in the game because I've seen so many times when the opposition pushes from their end, they tend to win. And yet your side actually has a really good concave, but they're taking early damage. Like, look at that rifleman going. He's just going to take so much damage.
Looks like they're doing pretty well over here. I'm going to come help with this little mess.
Yeah, looks like you guys are pushing. Get in there and share your armor.
Target acquired.
Don't get bright red.
Yeah.
Okay, see, top left. There's a guy just underneath that pillar.
Second. This guy's here. Right up here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
I can't get up there because this guy's in the way.
Yeah, crowding each other. You're behind him, by the way. Get out behind him. Okay, it's orange. One more shot will get him.
There's one over here now.
Target acquired.
Make my first one.
You got a light looking here.
We're over in the left.
Oh, it's a medium, sorry.
There's 3 over here.
Don't turn around. Don't give up the push. You're doing well on that side. You got plenty of mix over there. Yeah, you're really doing damage. Turning things orange.
New target acquired.
He's coming.
He's not coming.
Yeah, they're damaged. I think you can push up.
I think I'm gonna. Where is he? He go way down? Is he dead?
He might have just died.
Yeah.
Get the guy to the left. Get the guy to the left. There you go. Now go head over the other side and destroy them.
I don't think I'm gonna get there in time.
Target spotted.
Probably don't stay on the top though,
Yeah.
because you'll be an easy target for the G7 high ground mix.
Target
So you're
acquired.
getting shot now.
Heat level critical.
What's your cooling? Just
Yeah, I want this guy come around here.
Center torso critical damage.
I thought I could get him in the head there, but I couldn't hold it good enough. Oh, 640. 646, yeah. Got a
what
little
happened to
too...
Fishy? I thought he was dropping with you.
Ayla came on, said that he had to drop off, and they were going to the hospital to check on his grandma, who had just come out of surgery for some tumor removal. And they...
Solos, man. Well done.
So they thought that she was probably going to be okay, but she was waking up and they wanted to be there, so they're going to take off. Vince got a kill. What's the pizza? Wait, pizza? Why are you showing? Or that's a Dorito, Miss BNR, right? I could eat a Dorito right now. Totally. Yeah, this mech kind of reminds me of my old Timberwolf. It's really nimble, like the old Timberwolf was, and it's got some bite.
Yeah, I think that Eben Jag and the Hellbringer are quite similar mechs. I mean, not obviously in shape and position, but they're quite good laser vomit mechs.
Yeah.
It's whether you want sort of peak high or peak around the corner kind of mech.
They look totally cool.
The Mickey Mouse ears to shoot off.
I only have one set of Mickey Mouse ears, though. It's only one side.
Big damage.
So I was going to give you, at the beginning of the stream, I was talking, you couldn't hear me. I was going to suggest that you don't mute me. And while you're listening to your lecture, I could give you some tips on counseling that would not be useful, but might be humorous to you later on through the years. Things that you could do while counseling, such as antagonize your client, see where their breaking point is. Just kind of suss that out.
You know what's interesting about that comment? This is what I learnt. It's going to sound more than it is. But one of the things I learned about psychodynamic theory, or the application of it in a lot of the new models, is that they actually are they're heading towards conflict. That doesn't mean they're deliberately setting it up, but
you want to find it so you can figure out what's going on. Yeah.
That's it. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I've always felt like, and believed, and been able to do, I don't know if that would work always, but it's worked for me, is if there's a marriage counseling situation, ideally, I do this without doing this, but ideally I would have the couple move in with us so I could watch what they do, see what they do, and then right in the middle of it say, okay, stop. We're going to tear this apart, and here we're going to talk about what you've each done. And then we're going to find...
That is so wrong.
And then we're going to try different ways to deal with that and teach them how to interact, because a lot of times they don't know how to fight safely and caringly with each other. And
that's so fraught with so much ethical issues.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
You're
Absolutely.
into a dual relationship with people you live with.
No, I know, but the idea is it would just be so nice to be able to see it and then say, stop, full stop. Now we're going to tear this apart.
It was sexual therapy counseling.
Oh, then you think it's okay suddenly, right? Yeah.
I'm there with you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, threesomes, orgies, group
Yeah,
therapy.
that wasn't really what I was
therapy.
going for, but
You could.
That
so
sounded
easily-
like.
Well,
It sounded a lot like it.
no, I was talking about how when they fight, or how they speak to each other.
You're talking about, for example,
What a role play, eh?
with adolescents.
Load on somebody.
With adolescents, for example, especially troubled adolescents. you
Well,
tend
kids
to find
too,
now
but parents towards kids too, right?
they move into these homes that have a full-time
Nice damage, but
sort of
anyway,
keeper,
always
counselor,
one of
carer type scenario, where
Yeah.
they're living with
100 tons of fun.
their so-called clients. But they're not counselling them. They're there as a mentoree kind of thing,
Right.
and a supervisor. Right. So
That's all I'm really
kinda where
talking
you're
about.
going with
That's
it.
all I'm really talking about is where you can
But you're not
be there and
really,
see what
'cause
the
you're-
deal is, and then you can model and show them and help them learn how to interact healthfully with each other.
Well, the
And I don't I've never done that. I'm not saying I've ever done it. I'm saying it seems like it'd be easier than trying to suss it out across the room when you're just talking to them. Although I've been able to do that, it seems like it'd be faster to do it the other way.
The problem with that is that even the adolescent suggestion was fraught with issues, and the obvious ones come to mind. Even if it wasn't, for example, the mentor's cause, the fact that you're dealing with adolescence and hormones, there are things that came about because of it. So it's
Sure, but I mean,
crime.
I've worked with teenagers for 35, almost 40 years, probably more than 40 years, probably 45 years. So I'm used to that.
in a living arrangement. Outside.
Just working with them with their families in the middle of the night in their house, and having them in our lives for hours and hours or weeks at a time, and living with us at times and stuff. Thousands, uncountable hours, and
during that period, did you ever encounter
Target spotted.
and came off the wrong side of an ethical issue because of it?
no,
Like, I'm not saying you might have had plenty of success with it.
no,
you never
I didn't,
encountered
but I'm pretty careful about that kind of stuff, and I know that certainly people could.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't
not
put,
even
I wouldn't
talking
put
about-
myself in a position where that could really easily happen.
Well, you are though. Like.
Well, I mean, not in the sense of the typical ethical issues that people worry about. And I don't look for those things. We just get kids that show up on our doorstep, right, and need a place to stay. And while they're there, we try to
weren't
help them
charging,
learn how to.
You weren't charging for that, right?
No.
No, exactly. So it's not the same kind of relationship I'm talking about.
No. When I've been able to help marriages, though, it's because I'm able to figure out, okay, where are they misunderstanding each other, and how are they miscommunicating to each other, and how do I help them learn how to change those things? And inevitably, I either can or I know right away I can't, because one or both are unwilling to make any changes.
Box 6. Yeah, coming in box 6.
I still like the idea of sexual group therapy with marriage.
Well, I mean, it's not that doesn't have its. I would think that would have its danger points too, though, right?
Yes, 100,000%.
I don't think that's going to be a free ride, so to speak.
Like, I'd probably get kicked out of my university for saying something like this. No way in hell could you set that up, and I'm sure someone has. It's called a cult.
Here in town, people have set that up. So yeah. In fact, I was on staff at a church in Spokane that split because the church got into this cult-like. I mean, it was a different church when I went there. They bought the building, but the building was owned by a church before them, and they got onto this heresy teaching that that's not in the Bible in any way, shape, or form, but that somebody decided it was, and they started teaching it, and it was this idea of everybody has a soulmate, and that may not be your spouse, and so they started encouraging relationships with soulmates, and of course they had hundreds of affairs happen in this church within a couple of years, and the church blew apart. Well, duh. It's like the stupidest thing I'd ever heard of.
I mean,
right?
it's surrendering your power, your decision-making power, and knowing yourself the most to someone else. Is a sure sign of trouble. I It may not have.
Well, they were just, in this
and
case,
it may
they were
be
just
initially
encouraging
useful.
close personal relationships with people of the opposite sex, other than your spouse.
Yeah, but you surrendered your expertise to like the people who got involved in that kind of a church was basically surrendering their expertise to someone else.
Well,
like,
I don't think they had any expertise, but they thought that the people teaching them did, and the people teaching them were baboons.
You surrender your own power to someone else is just fraught with problems.
Yeah. Yeah, and a good pastor doesn't want that in anybody in his church either. But you see it occasionally, certainly.
Target acquired.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
Heat level critical.
What's the female scientist in the dolphin, Miss Pienaar?
There's a dolphin? Wait, a dolphin?
And why are you scandalized, Miss Pienaar? Have you been a sex therapist? Is that what you're saying?
She wanted to be, but they wouldn't let her for some reason. Probably because of her propensity to kill chickens.
Roosters.
They couldn't trust her.
Roosters. And I don't think she necessarily killed it, but
That's true. I'm not accusing her of killing the chicken. You're right.
I'm questioning whether or not her sim had it for dinner that night. That's never been answered.
New target acquired.
CT again if you get a chance.
Yeah, you got around the corner there. Come on.
Oh. He's going to peek. He's going to peek fullback. He's going to peek as soon as he does.
Target destroyed.
Got him.
Heat level critical.
That was the shutdown that was worth it.
You didn't get the kill, unfortunately.
I didn't? That's a bummer.
Dolphin. Female scientist and dolphin.
I got that kill, didn't I? Yep.
Female scientist and dolphin.
Okay, careful with the fire, please.
Details. Sorry about that. I'll help repaint your mech after that.
Oh my god, what?
Same. I think I shot a couple of people by accident, but we're not shooting. Don't stand in front of me.
I shoot them accidentally on purpose. It's not really quite the same.
Brand new fresh racing stripes so I can NASCAR better.
Wow, Miss Pienaar, this is this is
yeah, you guys
some raid
that killed me left over.
Oh no.
Where is he? Where is he?
I mean, he's long gone from where I was. But
Is this her master's thesis that she's got going on that she's linking to?
No.
Santos.
Oh.
Jericho.
Take it back. Santos is left.
Good kill. Good work, guys. Thanks for the
I
drop.
could read it to you, but it's
Netflix, okay. People don't get in my way.
I'm scandalized. Not quite the same thing. The female scientist and the dolphin situation comes to mind. I'm afraid to even go Google it, Miss Pienaar. Something seems fishy about the reference.
Well, there's some definitely funny business and fishy business going on.
Fishy business going on. Another 2 kills. 565. Ooh. Dolphins seem family friendly. At least I always thought they were until Miss Pienaar brings them up. And now all of a sudden I'm afraid. What could possibly go wrong? Do you know dolphins can do math?
Okay.
I think that's pretty cool. Simple math, but they can.
They don't.
Well, they can get a reward. They can get a reward. They can get more fish.
Look, until they're building spaceships to go to the moon, I mean, please, who cares?
Haven't you seen Star Trek?
There's a whale.
The whale. That whale was after the big ship coming and destroying everything was after the whale because it was its great grandfish. They were a whale species.
2 whales, not just.
And I'm not just blowhole and smoke there. What, Frankenzilla?
There were 2 whales, not 1.
Right, Gracie and what? Gracie and somebody?
I don't know.
Frankie? Is it Frankie and Gracie? Quick, Miss BNR, look up the whales in the Star Trek movie. What were their names? Gracie was pregnant. I don't remember the other whale. Some of the funny things in that movie that our kids don't even know about are like when they're on the bus and there's a punk rock kid with a big ghetto blaster on his shoulder cranking the tunes and super loud, and our kids have no idea what that even is. That was before there was really Walkmans and stuff and AirPods.
Remember the days. Oh.
George and Gracie, that's right, thank you. And they're named after George and Gracie from the old TV days, right? They had a TV show. Black and white comedy show, I think. George played violin, I think, and then there was Gracie, and then there was a cartoon based on it. Oh, we're not getting drops. Must be getting later. So what's your next lecture on, Drax?
That was the last one for the year.
Oh, you said you only had an hour break, though.
Oh, I've got a tutorial. It's on research, so it'll be the last. It's going to be 2 hours of complete boredom, though. I haven't finished my essay for it. It's due Sunday, so I'm.
You should be working on it right now instead of yakking with us.
I have large periods of procrastination where, like, I'm waiting for my
inspiration
information to be channeled to me, and I actually happened in the lecture. I started making some more notes.
Oh, good.
That wasn't too bad. It's only 1,500 words. It's not very long. And I'd already done.
And then you're done for this term or the year?
Yeah, done for the year. Done for the year.
But the year starts again after Christmas, though. Yeah. I think of the year in academic terms as the fall through before summer, right? 3 terms during the winter and spring. So you don't mean academic year, you mean the year I'm getting it.
This is riveting stuff, Miss BNR.
Miss BNR, I don't know what we'll do without your insightful injections of dolphin wisdom. That's probably not right, is it, Drax? I need to just steer clear of the whole dolphin thing probably at this point.
Well, it is interesting reading. It's very interesting reading.
Good night, Miss BNR. Thanks for hanging out.
Night, Miss BNR.
You know, they have a farming game. Do they have a fish hatchery game or a aquarium game simulator where you can simulate keeping fairly intelligent animals in captivity?
There's a game called Subnautica, I just played it last month. It's brilliant.
Yeah, but you don't teach the dolphins to run you around the pool for entertainment, do you?
I'm not a marine biologist. I have no idea. No, you don't do that.
Do you find it ethically questionable to teach dolphins to place underwater mines on the hulls of ships? No?
No, nor do I find strapping a mine to them and telling them to blowing them up next to an enemy naval ship unethical.
I feel bad for the dolphin, though. But I think the dolphins don't...
Oh, you should.
They
should feel bad for the
they get away, right? Mostly they can get away.
Well, no, if you're blowing up a dolphin with a bomb on it...
No, I think they're magnetic mines, so once they touch it against the hull, it sticks, I think. I could be wrong. Maybe they just blow up once they touch the hull. That would be terrible. I would think you wouldn't...
sensitive. As soon as they get hit, they blow up. That's the point of them.
Well, no, they can be magnetically... They could have a timer, and they could go click and attach to the hull, and the dolphin could pull free and go get away, because if it's too close, obviously it'll be killed. If it's further away, it could get it could get its sonar organs damaged and hearing
How
destroyed.
did we get to this?
I just like dolphins, and I don't think I understand why they get used for that kind of thing, but I would think they would take a lot of care in trying to protect them.
Well, do you think it's ethical that you take an 18-year-old man, give him a gun and a couple of weeks or a couple of months schooling, and tell him go over there and shoot that person with that rifle?
Yeah, it's terrible, but I don't know what.
So, I mean, if you don't find that
unethical, I don't like it. By the same token, I don't like it for the same reasons. More so,
so
even.
if you don't find that unethical, how can you find using an animal unethical?
Well,
Hey, drunken tribe.
I think if they're drafted, right? That seems worse than if they're volunteering, of course. And a dolphin doesn't volunteer, so there's a difference there.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Really? They're going to try running at us?
Yeah, it looks like it. You guys will start blowing out each other's backs. Again, tell the guys to
they're pushing.
And let them push.
Heat level critical.
Gosh, I don't know what to do, Centurion.
Oh, Suicide Squad.
Did you guys get the Centurion?
You guys, don't worry about the Centurion face. Turn back around.
I just wanted to see if he got him.
Yeah, he's dead.
They're welcome to suicide some more. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, this notion that volunteerism is a free will choice is an interesting one, because embedded in every society is this heroism mentality, right? So my father served, my grandfather served. They don't really know the price or the cost of...
No, of course not. But given the choice...
They're not informed.
Given the choice, between
Vietnam was an
Hitler
example of
and
what happens.
Germany taking over the world...
But it's not always that choice, is it? And you guys know that. And you guys, the Americans, out of everyone, know that, because you've paid the price constantly with the next generation volunteering, sometimes involuntary.
Yeah, sometimes involuntary. I'm not really a big fan of involuntary volunteering.
Well, like Vietnam comes to mind, Korea comes to mind. I mean, and that whole period is an interesting one, because genuinely the West thought it was about stopping communism. But for the people who were trying to win their freedom from colonialism, it wasn't about that. So the countries like in the southeastern nations, it wasn't about communism from them, it was about colonialism. And yet the powers that be, it was about communism, stopping communism and making the country communist.
They're falling down, guys. Let's push in, clean them up.
Heat level critical.
Good work.
Really dark.
Heat level
Blocking.
critical.
Sorry, I'm shutting down blocking.
Center torso critical damage.
Got a bad habit of doing that.
Of shutting down or blocking?
No, blocking people.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Really bad habit.
Sorry.
Critical. Target destroyed.
Alright guys, I think we
Good work.
successfully kind of turned their heads, so keep pushing them.
Target acquired.
Got Lima way over
The
here.
armor.
K10.
Take the front. Pretty damaged.
I know.
Can I get one more person to help with Kilo?
Target spotted. Target spotted.
I don't think I can beat this guy, but I'm going to make it.
They're not coming with you.
I noticed that.
Mark.
Right arm critical damage. Heat level
He's fresh.
critical.
Yeah, I'll back out.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, he got me. Figured he would. Didn't did some damage.
Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, great damage. That's awesome.
In case you're wondering, he was shooting through the mech and killed you, which is kind of impressive.
Mittens, I don't know why you would complain about me being in front of you when I'm clearly soaking up all the damage that they would be trying to shoot you with. I'm saving your life, really.
What, by standing behind me and preventing me from moving back so my leg got blown off?
Oh, I was behind you? I was behind you?
Yep.
Oh, I thought I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. That's terrible. I'm a terrible person. I was thinking I was a good guy, and all of a sudden you revealed the truth to me. And
Are you saying when he rounded the corner?
I didn't know. I didn't see anybody in front of me.
Dark. I didn't see anything. In
I didn't either.
Frank. If it was before then, possibly, definitely possibly.
And I know I've done it before, but not. I never intentionally. I try to get out of people's way. Well, you might be the exception. Usually, I just try to shoot you.
You do a bad job of it sometimes, Dark.
Yeah.
You definitely do a bad job. Yeah. Like on that last map, you decided directly behind a Cyclops that was trying to back out. Like that does happen, and we all do, especially in its crowded corner. It always happens. It sucks.
Yeah. Mittens, you should know better than dropping with me anyway. There's a certain risk.
Yeah, well,
right?
I saw you and you were all alone, and I took the pity on you, which was a really bad mistake.
Bad idea. That was just a bad idea. Oh my gosh. I'd hoped more of you. Or for you. I'd hoped more for you. That's really funny. Your kindness is
anyway,
overwhelming.
I don't think strapping a mine on a dolphin is unethical. I don't personally.
Because it's a fish, or because?
Well, because if you don't think giving an 18-year-old man a gun and telling him to go kill people over there is unethical, I don't see how you could say using a dolphin.
Well, personally, I think it's horrible to have anybody go shoot anybody, right? But I do think it's understandable that if you've got a Hitler, that protecting your country, and in the case of Hitler, the world at large, it's not going to get done by saying please. And so people who are willing to stand, well, he's an egregious example of a horrible person, right?
But that was a 5 or 6 year war.
Yeah.
And after that, there have been plenty of wars that America's been involved in where there wasn't a Hitler.
Oh, sure. I'm not big on having lots of wars either. If there's any way other than that, I'm all for it. So war is the last.
What do you find unethical about strapping a mine to a dolphin?
The same thing, only not as bad as a human, but the same sort of thing, is that like a human can make a choice. You can make a volitional choice. Now, whether or not it's influenced by marketing and cultural pressures and heroism or whatever, that's true or not true to various degrees for different people, and as are many other motivations they may have to decide to enlist. But at least they're making a choice on their own in those cases, unless we're doing a draft, right? And then I'm less excited about a draft.
Argument, Dark, because let's take it the other end of the spectrum of this, right? Like this is one of those arguments of convenience, because you equate certain characteristics to the dolphin that you think exist that may not, but you don't then equate that to the same kind of animals that you use, for example, if you have any leather in your house.
I think
so there are animals that get killed specifically because
I don't think that
their hide.
I don't think. I mean, I eat meat, so I don't have any trouble killing a cow for food, but I wouldn't just kill a cow for sport or for fun or something like that. So I think treating animals humanely is a good thing. But I'm willing to eat a chicken. Absolutely.
Why
I think dolphins are more interesting to me because they seem to be able to have more awareness. They're fairly intelligent, right? I don't know how intelligent exactly.
Why does that matter? Like, why? Because the dolphin has a bigger brain than a chicken. the dolphin's life is far more important than the chicken.
Well, chicken tastes better, for one.
Well, that's...
I mean,
can't lay eggs, so there.
It's an argument.
And
of
dolphins don't lay
convenience.
eggs. That's right.
You ascribe some cutesy characteristics
no,
to the
what I'm
dolphin
saying is that
like, and therefore it's better and more valuable than the taste of the chicken.
Yeah, I think that the more intelligent an animal is, I think at some range of intelligence, you got to start thinking this animal has emotions and fear and stuff like that. And I just feel like I feel bad for the dolphin. I haven't said yet. That I think it's.
What's the IQ of a chicken?
About 1, and if you cut its head off, it's like 0.5.
You don't know.
Yeah, you're only guessing.
You
don't know what the IQ of a chicken is.
The IQ of a chicken. Listen, Drax, if you can cut its head off and feed it through the hole that you've left open from its feeding, throat for 3 months, right? Its IQ can't be very large. It just can't.
Well, then let's make this highly.
I don't think you can even make a jellyfish last that long.
I do not mean what I'm about to say. But let's make it really. Let's really politicize this argument.
Okay, wait. Before you give that, let me clarify. I have not given my answer yet on the dolphin. I asked you the question, and you've assumed that I think it's unethical, but I haven't given my answer yet. So go on.
Well, I'm sorry to say this. You kind of did, because you were starting to, even in your own words, you even said, because I think the dolphin is more intelligent, blah, 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 blah. So
than a chicken, yes.
That kind of leans into answering the question, doesn't it?
Yeah, I haven't answered it yet. I might surprise you with my answer.
What's your answer?
My answer is...
My point is, no, it's not. And I don't have an ethical problem with blowing up a dolphin, laying a mine to kill a destroyer that's on its way to cause damage to me and my own.
I don't either. I totally agree with you.
Okay.
But if I can not kill the dolphin in doing that, that's even better.
Good stream, though.
Well, here's an argument why you would say don't do it. It's because there's only so many dolphins left running around.
Sure.
Around in the ocean.
Yeah, and that's valid. I think that's a good argument, but it's not the only argument.
Right. Okay, yeah, sure. But it is one that for me, would probably win the argument of why it's unethical.
Well, if there's only 3 left, yeah, you shouldn't do it. If there's 3,000 left, you probably shouldn't do it. Probably with dolphins, if
it's really tasty. I mean, have you tasted dolphin?
I haven't had dolphin.
Yummy. But chicken you have. So.
Oh man, I have had chicken. And all of my moral arguments to save the chickens pale in comparison to that white, tender breast meat.
I mean, if you were a vegetarian having this discussion, I wouldn't have a feather in my cap.
No.
I wouldn't have a leg to stand on.
Well, I could fly circles around you in that argument, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if we're going to really lay it on the line why I like chicken so much.
But I'm not going to crow about it because I'm not a vegetarian. So.
I think that's smart. Picking at it over and over again isn't going to help either.
No.
Oh my gosh. I don't like to kill dolphins because they're cute and they're smart, but yes, if it was to save a bunch of people, yeah, I'd be okay with it. Wouldn't like it, but I'd be okay with it.
Well, you'd have to have some kind of offset, right? You'd have to have like a breeding ground for dolphins and say,
like a dolphin farm.
That we breed, we get to use one for war.
Oh, that's terrible.
Would have like energy offset credits.
Dolphin credits.
Yeah, we've bred 3, so we can use 1. It's okay.
Ooh, somebody shot me in the leggy.
I'm just glad Miss Bianara's left the room because
what if she likes dolphins a lot? Oh my gosh, she's been listening. I mean, she's been listening. She said so much for listening to y'all while I fall asleep. We've probably given her nightmares, dolphin nightmares.
Oh no, she did. Sorry,
yeah, we're terrible people. I don't know if she knew that or not, but it's true.
I think she thinks I'm a terrible person. Oh. Anyway, she was the one that linked me this article about a woman basically falling in love with a dolphin.
Sounds normal.
It sounds totally
it's
normal.
More serious than that. It's in armored encounters with the dolphin.
armored encounters, like she wore armor.
Inanimate? And how do you say that?
Inanimate?
No, the loving. You know,
Oh, amorous.
amorous encounters with the dolphin.
Oh, yeah, that's not called bestiality. That would be with a mammal. Well, it is a mammal.
We're gonna need to see a mech.
Would it be called? I don't know what you'd call that. Fishiality.
The lady's name is Lovett.
Gotta love it or leave it.
And for her, it wasn't. No, actually, I should stop.
Yep, it's time to stop now. Yeah. Beep, beep, beep. Backing up. I think this Timberwolf's right over here, and I should poke at him because he was poking at me. Come on back. Come on up.
I think
Pop
Miss
up.
Lovett would have a problem with putting a bind on a dolphin and strapping it and to blow up a destroyer.
Especially if it was her dolphin.
Target
Shape my course here.
There we go, Timby.
Warning, incoming missile.
Ouch.
Mind you, the research that she pulled from it was actually fascinating.
Enemy forces at
Warning,
75%.
incoming missile.
He keeps hitting me with those lerms. Bad, bad, bad.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Oh, you're 1,000 meters away there, bub. Not gonna hurt you, am I?
Heat level critical.
Looks like only half of the enemies remain.
Time to move in.
Warning, incoming missile. Artillery strike online. Warning, incoming missile.
That's a fascinating article. Anyway, I've got a tutorial, so I'll love you and leave.
All right. See you later. Thanks for dropping in.
So,
Warning, incoming missile. Heat level critical. Left torso critical damage.
Target spotted.
Ah, drop down.
Critical.
Oh, I could have got that one. Coulda, shoulda. Oh, is he still alive? Impossible.
We're half down. Don't let the hostiles take down any more of you.
Got him. Coming after Lima.
Target destroyed.
Oh, great work, guys. Thanks for the drop. Yes, I know dolphins are mammals, Miss BNR, but I was trying to think of a funny word for it. So it is a mammal and thing, but I was thinking there's got to be some fish, aquatic twist we can, spin to that. Maybe you can come up with one in your dream. Be careful.
Blinking. Yeah. Oh, cool. Got my UAV kill. That's all I was after.
Would you get an Irby kill?
UAV kill.
Oh, a UAV kill.
Ah. Got 10 assists.
Nice. Nice. How are we doing on time? Oh, I'm okay. What do you know?
We did our best in our lance with match score.
Because we're epic.
We actually did our best in our lance damage too.
Wow.
Ah, so funny. I had one game in the weekend.
We must have had a pretty bad lance, right? If we did that well.
There was one guy in Charlie Lance, he got pretty much most of the kills. I got like 3 kills in my Corsair and 1900 missiles shot down.
Wow.
And the rest, I looked at the rest of their and it was me and a guy and an Atlas, and we're the only 2 left. And everybody else was like in double digits for damage. We're the only ones that did lots and lots of damage.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
Were you just single dropping? Was this a game you showed up in?
Yeah, I was just solo. It was like
Yeah.
really super early in the morning.
Yeah. I forgot to ask Drax, what about porpoises?
Porpoises are dolphin?
No,
Kind of.
porpoises are not dolphins. They're slightly different-ish. Their nose is a little different. See?
Yeah, they're basically second cousins removed.
I don't know about their family tree, but yeah. They're very similar, obviously.
I just need to check.
It seems also that it'd be more appropriate to send killer whales with mines to blow up ships, because that's kind of what they do anyways. They kill things, right? Like seals.
yeah,
and
totally, yeah,
that makes more sense.
Yeah. Oh. See, I've already done the assault one, damage.
I guess I can't help feeling compassion for people that get killed in war or animals. I kind of like animals too. That's why when Miss BNR, when you told us about your rooster, there was a little stab of pain for me. I was trying to be macho. I didn't want to let on, but it was hard. It was hard.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I mean, I remember talking to Frank for weeks afterwards. He was dealing with that, grappling with it. He tried not to cry on the stream because, we're Mechwarriors, but behind closed doors, you remember all those hard conversations we had about Miss BNR's rooster? It was terrible. It was hard.
Who? No,
maybe that wasn't.
You must be getting me confused with somebody.
I must be confusing both of us with someone else, actually.
yeah, I'd say so.
I think we were only laughing. Sorry, we weren't crying. We were laughing. Sorry.
Okay. All right. This will be my last one. I am going to unwrap a package, so I am going to go play. I am going to be our AMS support.
You have to unwrap a package or wrap a package?
Unwrap a package.
You got like a gift, like a present?
Yeah, I always get presents.
Do you know what it is?
I think it might be some live people. I'm not quite sure.
There's live people to unwrap. This is taking a weird turn, but okay.
Yeah. No, it's just parts for Nerf blasters.
Oh, cool. So they're actually parts for people blasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. I got a anamorphic lens for my camera, for my phone camera today. It was on sale, and I've been wanting to try that with some video. I don't know if you can see that or not. I guess you can.
Ooh.
So it, it puts the cool lens flares on images.
Oh yeah.
That go across the screen and stuff.
Nice.
And it's tiny, but it looks like it's pretty nice glass. And then it shoots everything compressed, and then you stretch it out so you get a 21:9 movie, cinematic movie widescreen video out of it. Plus the anamorphics are kind of cool. So on my sci-fi.
Rubelite, Canyon, Forest, or Classic or Forest? Forest?
Rubelite, it's my oasis. I couldn't help it.
Oh, it's going to be Canyon.
Oh no.
Canyon Assault.
That's okay. I don't really like Canyon as much now that they've changed it.
We're just on Canyon.
I mean, it's not bad. I don't know. It just seems like it didn't fix the NASCAR at all, did it?
No, of course not. Never gonna fix NASCAR.
Oh, I'm getting sleepy. I might quit after you leave too.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Man, sorry about that.
You started and then I followed up suit, so. Oh, yeah.
I'm terrible.
Well, yeah.
Spreading Christmas yawns. I need to find my Christmas...
is it like midnight there? Is it?
Yeah, it's midnight. I need to find my Christmas snow overlay so it can be snowing while I'm playing.
Yeah.
That'll be more festive.
Then you need to put like a woolly hat on.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Howdy, everybody.
Little white snowflakes on it, so people actually think that it's actually snowing.
And maybe like the little white ball on the end of the red hat with the...
Yeah.
I have
we could have a woolly hat with antlers.
I have some sleigh bells I could use too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And I've gained enough weight I could probably just do the whole Santa Claus stream thing.
Good.
Yeah. This tutorial's dull too. Sorry, Drax. Sorry.
Weird, your mic was messed up.
Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Howdy.
Slow mech.
All right, here we go. Renato.
Grab you on board.
Beep. Are you in an urban? You said?
Eh? No. Corsair.
Oh, the Corsair.
Corsair.
Okay. I didn't look.
Big
I
black
just was.
Corsair behind you.
I'm gonna back up into you.
Rough.
There we go. I don't know where I'm going.
I never really know where to go on this. So when we drop in on this map, I probably shouldn't be going where I'm going though, right?
Oh, you're totally safe with me.
Did you just shoot me?
No, I'm in front of you.
What? No, you're not. You're confused.
We'll move along Delta 5.
I am in...
Moopers is in front of me.
I'm in C5. Delta 5 targets. Yeah, that's right. Shoot your limbs at me.
Warning, incoming missile. Target acquired. Artillery strike online. Enemy base is being captured. Enemy base is being captured. Artillery strike online. Artillery strike activated. Heat level critical.
I love there's no support.
I don't know how we're doing. I need to take a look at the score. I guess 2-2. All right, I can handle this.
Oh, I'm dead. And good night. I just love how the outside doesn't support the assaults. That's awesome.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical. Heat level critical.
Come on. feel like I'm just dishing punishment out here. There's one. Come on, hotel. Come out one more time. There you go.
Heat level critical. Target.
Time to move in.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Warning, incoming missile. Left torso critical damage. Heat level.
Oops, somebody got me. This is a good match. Somebody got me from behind, I guess. I don't know where they came from. Mechwarrior Online is a car park sim. Car park? That's what the going around NASCARing is? Take out the crab. Nice. Beef splat. It's all over but the shouting now. Good hit. Light Gauss. Good night, Mittens. Thanks for the drops. Thanks for keeping me company. So, Drax, I am really sorry about your lecture.
Good game, guys.
Yeah, great work.
GG.
Thanks for the drop.
Well played, everybody.
$734. Nothing wrong with that. No kills. Lots of assists. 3 kills, most damage dealt, though. So that's doing my part. All right, I'm going to call it a night, I think. I'll quit just a few minutes early for a change. Wow. Until next time, everybody, thanks so much for hanging out. Drax, thanks for hanging out. Mittens for the drops, thank you. Miss BNR, I hope you're falling asleep by now already. And until next time, this has been Ghostlands, your favorite place to waste the most important moments of your life online. You'll never get these moments back, by the way. Just wanted to remind you, you'll never get them back. Yeah. Woo-hoo. I'm gonna mix it up. Play the Cosmic Ghost. There we go. Now you can actually turn the stream off. All the entertainment's over. All the fireworks are done.